doing things by the firelight, cooking, gathering, the community talking, engaging around the fire. So that's where Firelight came from.
You never know when people start to talk about Rwanda what effect it will have on an audience.
I will not enter too much deeply into the history about genocide, but you remember so many people have lost their lives. And when people were killed, meaning that many children were left behind without anybody to take care of them. These children are called les enfants de la rue, meaning children of the street. I remember during the genocide, I was shot and put into a hole to dig my own grave. I spent 3 days without eating.
Rafiki has a very good way of combining the unimaginably difficult with the very hopeful.
And then face it not only with, great work and enthusiasm and willpower, but with a smile. We decided to actually bring him here around the holiday giving season so that people could hear a story directly.
Since I have experienced this, I said I have to put my hand on a positive change, and I'm committed to do so.
We chose him. Firelight was one of their first funders, first outside funders. His organization, which is called Les Enfants de Dieu, is an amazing organization that Firelight's funded since 2004.
The project is located at 15 kilometers from a city center, but they have to come by themselves. It's not free. Every child has to contribute, because we want to show to our children that we have to make a step for anything we want to get. Not to sit down and say, everything will come and meet me here. To help them to change their behavior, to help them to go back to school. And then we, from the project, we pay a house for 2 months. We buy for him some home material like mattress, like saucepan, and then we say, go and live your independent life. That's how we help them to get back to the normal life into the community. This money is donated by the community here in Santa Cruz, many of you.
This is what Rafiki's done with his life and what a difference he's made. And this is the difference that $8,000 in 1 year made. So they basically rebuilt dormitories, a kitchen, an infirmary, classrooms, all built around a garden. And the boys helped. So there were architects, and there was, of course, the payment for materials, but the boys were an integral part of the construction.
I have chosen to work with youth because I know youth is powerful enough to change things. If you want them to build, they will do. If you want them to destroy, they will do. So what I'm doing is to use them for a better future, not for only them, but for all.
We are about helping other organizations do what they want to do.
Allowing folks to use the money for what's most necessary, as opposed to trying to administer from way over here to on the ground there.
Firelight funds about 25 organizations in Rwanda, all of them strong.
When I was looking at the map of all of the organizations that they're supporting, I was just really struck by the variety of things that they're able to impact.
Since becoming a public charity, we actually now are able to take on more individual funding.
When we first meet an organization in Africa, we say, show us that you're well-rooted in your community, show us that you're well-run, and then you tell us what you think would make the biggest difference for kids in your community. We've ended up funding about 330 organizations in Africa, $14 million worth of grants. Right now we're doing about 150 a year.
When you are collecting money to send this money through Firelight to us, you think it's money. Yes, it's money. But when it reaches us, it's no longer money. It's more than that. It's hope, it's life for a better future for more than 100 boys. I was shot and put into a hole. And I remember the man who did this to me, I met him after genocide. When I saw him, I cried. And I was able to ask the soldiers who were around me to kill him. I had only 2 seconds to decide. I have used these 2 seconds to forgive. I have forgiven him. Now I'm free. Do you think there is a hope?
Yeah, there is a hope. There is no any problems. There is no anything which can destroy our life. We have the hope to improve our life and to change.
I'm here to say thank you to all.